Hey guys, Brad Danger here, and I still remember the day that I found her, a slightly scruffy 2006 Porsche 911 Carrera, a 997.1, listed as the cheapest 997 911 in the country. And I was in disbelief that a 911 could even be within my budget. The car had high mileage and a few cosmetic blemishes that I think I could buff out, but to me, it was ideal. I took a gamble and bought it, half expecting some hidden issues to surface, but I turned the key and heard that 3.6 liter flat six bark to life for the first time. I was grinning ear to ear. I had just bought my dream car, an iconic 911, without really breaking the bank. And my enthusiast journey entered a whole new chapter. And over the next decade, my cheap 997 911 proved everyone, including me, wrong. See, despite starting life as a bargain basement 997, it turned out to be rock solid reliable. In 10 years and over 100,000 miles of daily driving and off-road duties, well, the only things that it really needed was a new clutch, new brakes, and regular oil changes. I mean, just routine wear and tear. No catastrophic engine failures, no electrical gremlins, just really nothing except just a ton of smiles per mile. I mean, I joke with my friends that this 911 proves to be as reliable as a Toyota Camry, except it's way more fun. And early on, yeah, I had some worries. I mean, that infamous IMS bearing issue that haunted some 996 and 997 models, that kind of kept me up at night. But my 2006 was blessed with the later updated engine internals that made such failures way less likely. And believe it or not, I mean, well, this thing is straight piped, but it actually has not missed a beat, and now 112,000 miles. Pretty incredible. And as I'm sure some of you guys know, there's a saying in the Porsche circles that if a 997.1 has survived past 100,000 plus miles without drama, it's likely a solid example. And this old girl right here, going on 20 years next year, well, that certainly proved true. And before this car, I had an 85 3.2 Carrera that I bought for like $7,000, and that thing gave me about 25,000 miles of trouble-free ownership. And after I sold that thing, I essentially turned that money that I profited on that car directly into this 997. And now that I've owned Porsches for close to 20 years of my driving experience, wow, I'm not even that old. That bond between me and 911 and just Porsche as a brand has just grown stronger every single day and every single mile. Guys, I totally screwed up. I built this giveaway over the past year. I built my dream car, this 700 horsepower GTR, and then I made the giveaway way too short. And now we are in the final hours and barely anybody has entered. And that is horrible news for me, but absolutely incredible news for you, because now you have literally the best odds of winning this Bayside Blue 700 horsepower GTR, which is my dream car, with $30,000 in mods that your boy has done, plus $10,000 in bonus cash. This is literally the best odds of any car giveaway out there, period. So don't let my mistake become your missed chance. Click the link down below and get entered now. Good skill. But guys, let's cut to the chase because, well, having bought the cheapest 911 in the country, it didn't have much time to just sit. See, I barely changed the oil, tossed a duffel bag in the frunk, and boom, I hit the road in this Porsche 911 with my best friend on an epic 40-day road trip. It was essentially across the country, 9 states, 7,000 miles in 40 days, and just 2 smelly dudes just hanging out in a cramped Carrera, sleeping in this thing almost every single night. Yeah, we blasted through the Rockies, we slept in Joshua Tree, we chased desert sunsets in Utah and blasted down the PCH with a Lamborghini Gallardo that shot flames, which was absolutely incredible. And honestly, this 911, I had already straight piped it. That flat six was one of the best sounding symphonies that I pretty much put myself to bed listening to in my head every single night. I might be nuts. And honestly, one of my favorite things about the 996 and 997 generation, unlike those air-cooled over there that are really old, is that there's not a lot of tech. I mean, I was using paper maps and, well, we were staying at sketchy hotels, but what was so cool is that this car is perfect analog, but the perfect amount of tech as well that, really just makes you want to drive it and really listen to that engine versus the newer ones where, you know, you have Apple CarPlay and all that good stuff, which isn't horrible. I like it in my daily. This is an experience, and an experience that you can only get if you're not distracted by all the other stuff. Now you're probably wondering, and you probably know that I'm nuts, which I won't disagree. On that 40-day road trip, the car looked nothing like this. So where did I get that idea after a few casual track days and countless spirited drives? Well, I wanted to turn my sleek 997 911 into a rugged safari-style rally beast. And I know, at the time, everybody was taking air-cooled like the 993 and 964s and turning them into safaris, but no one had ever turned a water pumper like a 996 or 997 into one. And so, game on. And that is where we got to work, because we had to build a bespoke lift. And that was fitting Bilstein shocks, custom lift spacers, and elephant racing mounts, raising the stance around 2.5 inches all around. Perfect for hitting dirt trails without sacrificing Porsche precision on the pavement. And let me tell you guys, this thing drives as good on-road as it does off. In fact, when I see speed humps, well, I speed up. Do that in your Porsche 911. I dare ya. Now, we did build this car with Toyo tire and Pelican parts, and so we were featuring Toyo's new all-terrain tire, and this actually has retro 16-inch Fuchs wheels on it with the Toyo all-terrains. And honestly, all that rubber looks so good on a 911. Plus, well, you know, I'm not a poser, but I got the CB rally lights just to, you know, scream safari. And then we finished it off with a Miami blue wrap, sleek roof box, and vintage ducktail spoiler, which completely finished the look. And guys, literally everywhere I go, I mean, people's reactions are insane. I think this car brings more smiles to not only me driving it, but the people that see it as well. And I think you can say that for pretty much any 911. They have a smiley front face. They just don't feel as aggressive as, say, something like a Lambo, but it still shows up wherever it goes. And that's the thing that I absolutely adore about Porsche, and especially the 911. And now, you know, the Boxster Caymans also work in that group as well. But you can kind of go on supercar rallies, you can do gymkhanas, you can beat it on canyon roads, and man, this thing just keeps asking for more. I mean, what more could you want in a car or a sports car? I don't know. Nothing. Now, everybody expected that, you know, I mean, I turned this thing into a weekend-only garage queen, but nah. I mean, this thing, rain, shine, snow, sleet, I daily drive it every single day. And now with 112,000 miles on it, and I bought it with almost 100,000 miles less over 10 years ago, I gotta say, this thing is just incredible, or dare I say, ideal. And I gotta say, this is still true Porsche 911 DNA, even with the Safari build on it. I mean, heel-toe downshifts become musical moments, revs perfectly matched. And you guys know, these shifters right here, these are some of the best in the business. And essentially with the smaller tire patch, well, this thing, it just kind of dances around, and it's really easy to get the wheels to start kind of losing a little bit of grip. Don't tell my mom I said that, but it still is so manageable, because once you learn how to drive a 911, right? Remember, don't lift off oversteer. Always, if you're going through a corner a little too hot, keep the pedal pegged, because if you lift, this thing is gonna spin. And with those smaller tires, well, let's just say I haven't spun it yet. And let's just say that owning this 911 has opened so many doors, no pun intended, to an amazing community that I never knew existed. The Porsche enthusiast bond is real, and I feel like I have a brand new family. From cars and coffees to Porsche Club events and online forums, I have met folks who've become genuine friends and even family. And having owned one of the more high maintenance 911s, it's been really reassuring, and I've gotten so much help from other enthusiasts on what to do, what to look out for. And honestly, I haven't even done the IMS RMS on this thing. I beat the living out of it, and it's still coming back day after day for more. I think it's the garage queens that sit are the ones that are more prone to the IMS RMS failure, which again, don't believe everything you read on the internet, because I think the amount of failures, the rate is way blown out of proportion. So go drive your 911, because it's literally the best experience that you can have. But as you can tell, this isn't the only car that's in the stable. And the newest addition, believe it or not, is something that competed directly with the 997 Turbo. It was benchmarked against it. Any guesses? Let me know in the comments down below. Because yes, here is, well, I like to call it Godzilla. I know it's not the actual Godzilla, but it's an R35 GTR, Bayside blue. I mean, totally giving you those Fast and Furious vibes. and it's a full bolt-on 700 horsepower, absolute monster. And although I really enjoy driving this car, believe it or not, out of all the cars in here, guess one gets the most attention, and I also feel the most acceptable driving it to pretty much any event, whether it's a supercar event, well, it's not really a supercar, or just the grocery store. This guy, by a landslide. The Safari 911, I mean, just look at this thing. I mean, there's no way that you can't look at it and smile. And although that thing is an absolute beast and is actually way faster than a Huracan Performante, I mean, the 996 Turbo is also very quick, but this thing, it's got the character, it's got the sound, it's got the look. I mean, 997 to me is kind of pure perfection in all the lineage of all the generations of the Porsche 911. And check this out. I even got a little tow hook right here, just in case. I usually put my bikes back there, but yeah, it actually works pretty well. And guys, whenever I go to a Porsche meet, I always ask the people there, what was the car before your first Porsche purchase that you had? And for me, it was two cars. I had an E46 M3 comp package. It was an 06 white manual transmission. And after I'd bought that, I had the air-cooled car, and then I ended up with this 997. I will say, the E46 actually, and I was in my early 20s, more people, especially girls, were interested in the BMW. But from a driving experience and the one that I took the key 9 out of 10 times, it was the 997. I then replaced that E46M with an E90M, the sedan. It was also a manual, and although I enjoyed that car, I did not like the motor. The torque curve was way out of whack, and honestly, you just had to rip on that car to get anything out of it, where with the 997, again, not only the driving dynamics and the fact that it was like 500 pounds less than that pig, this thing, the torque is very linear. And although it only has 50 horsepower, it feels like it's instantaneous. And that's something that the newer cars, they just don't really have. And if they do, well, it might be like a Kia or something, which you don't want to be driving a Kia. You want to be driving a 911. I mean, this thing, you can pick these up for the $20-something thousand still, and they're only going to continue to go up, especially if you get a manual. So get a Kia or get a 911. And like I said, the reliability, it's kind of a wash. So which one are you gonna drive? Okay, so I've owned 911s for a very long time, and I've driven pretty much every flavor of them. And after 10 incredible years with this Porsche 997 911, I've discovered plenty to love and some quirks that add character to the ownership, to say it lightly. First, the reliability is genuinely impressive. Despite its performance credentials, my 911 has proven dependable through countless track days and cross-country adventures, always ready for more with just oil change and some fuel. The driving experience itself, well, every gear shift feels mechanical and precise. The hydraulic steering is beautifully communicative, which that is something that is pretty rare nowadays. And just being behind the wheel of an automotive icon just feels special every single time. And I gotta say, these things, 997s, are aging so well. Plus, versatility is another huge upside. Yes, I have a roof box that I can sleep in, but overall, there's 4 seats, it's comfortable, it handles daily commutes, it handles spirited weekend drives and even long road trips. I just got back from a 12-hour road trip up north and back, and honestly, I mean, I was ready for more. Now, with my Safari modifications, the car became capable of tackling dirt roads and then some, even getting some air. And by just doing some suspension and tires, I mean, it truly shows how capable this platform truly is. Additionally, the community around Porsche ownership is second to none. Enthusiasts are welcoming, and they're getting a bit younger as of late. And they're eager to share stories and swap advice, making ownership really kind of a special experience. But as you guys know, with any car, but especially a 911 that's been around for 75 plus years, owning one does have some of its unique quirks. The rear engine layout provides unmatched traction, but also requires patience and skill to handle it correctly. Learn how to drive it slow before you drive it fast. Trust me, your rear end will thank you. Plus, Porsche's ergonomics has some oddities, to say the least, like the left side ignition, which I absolutely love, and it goes back to the racing days way back when. But there are times that I forget it's there and look like an idiot trying to put it on the right side. Just like if you've been driving a manual for a while and you get in an automatic and your left foot goes to the floor, yeah, it's that feeling. Also, the cup holders, they are so fragile. I'm so scared if somebody knees one and breaks it, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And the tiny rear seats, well, I think it's there for insurance purposes, but it really just fits kids and me. I mean, that's about it. And on the practical side, maintenance can be costly, but if you find yourself an independent repair shop and you find a good tech, well, it actually isn't all that expensive, because these things, I kind of joke with my dad that they're built like tractors. And Pelican Parts is not sponsoring today's video, but that's where I shop for almost all my stuff. And if you shop correctly, you actually aren't gonna spend that much more than if you're doing a BMW or an Audi. Yes, it's a luxury experience, a luxury car, but doesn't have to have a luxury price tag. And plus, being a YouTube mechanic can pay dividends. I've actually started to do more than just oil changes and brakes on it. In fact, I did the clutch in 2017, 2018, and that was all thanks to YouTube. Without that, there's no way I could have done it, but I saved myself thousands of dollars and had a ton of fun with friends. Process. Interestingly though, the thing that I didn't realize was gonna happen is that owning a 911 can spoil your automotive palate, making other cars feel just a little bit more mundane by comparison. Even excellent cars that I've owned, well, they're great, but this thing is the one that I'm grabbing the keys more than any other one. It's reliable, it's good looking, I mean, just like your boy. But the thing is that honestly, it's the most enjoyable experience to drive. Things like Lambos or Ferraris, yes, they have that curb appeal, but you kind of have to be cautious with it because you're just so scared that someone's gonna nick your door. Also, things like GTRs. I mean, as much fun as 700 plus horsepower is, it actually kind of gets boring, a little bit stale. Kind of like a Tesla Model S Plaid. I mean, it's fun, but after a while, well, you kind of want to get off the roller coaster. And I guess this kind of sums it up. Reflecting on my decade plus with the 997.1 Carrera, I just realized how special this generation is within the 911 lineage. The 997 marks a bridge between Porsche's analog past and its modern future. It retains that classic intimate dimension, hydraulic steering, and manual gearbox that enthusiasts absolutely cherish. Don't get me started on the Tiptronic though. But at the same time, it offers just enough modern comforts for daily use. Later 911s became larger, adopted electronic steering, and increased tech features. And I feel like that just kind of alters the pure mechanical feel. I mean, many Porsche enthusiasts even call the 997 the real last genuinely analog 911, praising for its iconic round headlights and clean lines reminiscent of the classic 1970s models. Without fully realizing it at purchase, because I was just looking for the cheapest 911 that was water-cooled that I could get my hands on, I kind of fell right in that sweet spot of Porsche history, and that's why I've owned it for 10 years, and I'm definitely owning it for another 10. And Ideal Fam, I feel like what this all comes down to, how to sum it up, is that life, it's just too short to drive boring cars. And so why not drive a 911? I mean, honestly, it's one of the best investments you can do in the automotive world, period. Tell your wife, tell your girlfriend. I mean, it is, because Porsches continually, every year, hold more value or go up in value than any other make or model besides a Toyota Tacoma and maybe a Land Cruiser. But definitely the #1 sports car. I'm looking at you, Corvette. And so if you haven't tried any flavor of Porsche, whether it be a box turd or a Cayman or a 911, well, now's your time. Go and drive one. Go on Turo. Go find one. Go rent one at a track and go experience what makes Porsche truly like nothing else. And if you guys enjoyed this video about my 10-year ownership of this 911 Safari, well, hit the like button, subscribe, share it with your friends, and check out some of these Ideal videos over here. And remember, you can also win that GTR over there. Oh yeah, it's right there. By going to winthisidealcar.com and get entered to win. You can snag a hat, you can snag a shirt, you can get some digital entries, and yeah, it's a fun car. And honestly, once you experience a GTR, well, I shouldn't be saying this, but you're gonna want a 911 turbo. All right, guys, I'm Brad Danger. This is Ideal. Go check out these vids over here and promise me one thing: keep living the Ideal lifestyle.